Good morning, YouTube. Al back once again with another of my series of spinner reviews. And today I have a little bit larger spinner to review. And this one probably looks kind of familiar to you. This is an original ISpin. It is basically a convertible 6-arm spinner. And this one is in brass. Has a very nice R188 bearing in it. It's nice and smooth for its size. No wobble whatsoever, pretty quiet, just a little bit large. But other than that, I really like it a lot. Has the nice rubber O-rings around the arms for grip, and just overall a very nice spin experience. Not too heavy considering its size, just a nice spinner. So without any further ado, let's take this down to the tabletop. We'll bust it open, we'll take a look at the ins and outs of it, get uppy closey and personal with it, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that right now. All right, this is the original, I'm going to do this, original ISpin. And what makes it an original ISpin, according to them, is the fact it has an authentication sticker on the bottom that you're supposed to scratch off. I did not do that, but you certainly can if you pick one of these up. It is a very nice tin, kind of a standard. It has the nice window on the top so you can see the spinner inside of it. So that is a nice touch. Nestled, it's got the nice firm foam and the cutouts in the foam for the spinner to sit nicely into. Let's go ahead and pop this thing out. And there's also some included paperwork underneath. I'm not sure exactly what this is all about, but you can see it just kind of tells you a little bit about it, how you take it apart, what you can do with it. It's in a couple different languages, which is pretty nice. Not that I'll need that, but it is there just in case you do. And it is a very sweet spinner. I don't know what it is about these things that just drives me crazy, and I love them so much, but it's large. It is it's got some decent weight to it, but I just like the way it feels. It just feels so smooth. And the fact that you can, if you'd like, you can pull these arms off and kind of convert the spinner. As you see, you can take this one, you can make a tri-spinner out of it, or you can take those two and you can kind of make a bar spinner out of it, or all of those and have a single bar spinner. So it does have that, and I do like that. So if you want to convert it, you can. I prefer not to. It does have, like I said, it is large. If you compare it to some of the other ISpin spinners, I got this little stubby one. You can definitely see the difference there. This one has 6 O-rings per arm as opposed to 3 O-rings per arm. And I also have another one that's a little bit different. I did a review on this one. It is the same thing, a little bit further spacing here. And again, this thing is just way huge in comparison. So this actually is closer to the size of more of a standard spinner size. And if you look at them as they're both spinning, you can see they're pretty close. Maybe a touch smaller than a standard spinner, but pretty close to the same size. It does have ISpin, as you can see on this platform here that the arm's attached to. You can see it does have ISpin laser etched into it there, little stars around it, and that is on both sides. Kind of a nice little touch. It's just a little bit of added extra detail that they put into it. It's very smooth, very quiet. Virtually cannot hear it. It almost sounds like it has a sealed bearing, but it does not. And the bearing in this one is a removable R188, and it does have the standard collar. This is a brass spinner, in case you were wondering. This thing is, and the threads on this thing are absolutely great. This thing just backs out so easy. And there's your bearing inside. Nothing. Looks like it could be a hybrid bearing. It's kind of dark on the inside of it. See that? Yeah, I'm guessing this is a a hybrid bearing, which definitely makes it much quieter. It is very, very quiet, very smooth. Just a great all-around spinner, all the way around. This thing is fantastic. A little bit smaller, I would probably be okay with. It appears to be, it feels like it's just about the right weight that I like, but there's something about this spinner that I like. The fidgetability also on this thing is absolutely great, because your finger always seems to fall into a nice spot where you can flick. So it just makes it easy to mess with. Easier than putting the buttons back on. There we go. So yeah, fidgetability on this thing is just outstanding. I love it. I love the way it feels. I love the way it sounds. Very little wobble. You get the nice gyro effect, obviously, when you turn it over. So it is a very nice spinner. I'll let you see it on the... Of course, the table is going to resonate a little bit, but it actually is pretty quiet for being on this table. Taking a real nice, good look at it. It's a beautiful spinner. I love the way this thing looks. I love the way it feels. I love the fact that you can kind of make it your own and give it its own personality. And another thing that I really love about this thing, I love what it looks like outside. And we're going to take this thing outside in just a second. I'm going to get you a weight on it first, because it does have some bulk. You might be surprised at the weight of this thing. I know I was a little bit surprised that it was as heavy as it was, but it is about 96.7 grams. So it does have some heft to it, but the buttons are comfortable. They're concave enough to where if you're spinning it, it's not going to jump off your hand. You got to watch it hitting your hand because of its size, obviously, but it balances great. There's no wobble in this thing. It just feels fantastic. So that being said, that pretty much will wrap this portion of it up. Let's go ahead and take it outside, check out the warp, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. All right, welcome back. Let me give you real quickly my final thoughts on this ISpin spinner. It is a larger spinner, and I know the smaller spinners are really making a major surge in the spinner community. As a last large spinner, I'd say this is probably one of the nicer large spinners out there, so I would recommend getting one if you are if you like large spinners, for sure. It's not too overly priced. It's a decent price for what you get, and I recommend you picking one up. It is a nice spinner and well worth the money, in my opinion. So that being said, I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can pick one of these up. I appreciate you hanging out with me a little bit today. That is awesome. Also down below, if you can click that like button, that would be fantastic. I do appreciate that. Up in the upper left corner, there's going to be a subscribe button. Be sure to hit that. I appreciate that. Come back and check out more videos. And on the right side, there will also be another video posted for you to go take a peek at. So until next time, next video, keep calm, spin on, peace.